What's good, guys? What is happening? Excuse me. It's that time of day where the voice starts to get a little bit messed up. Sound check. Is everyone doing well today? Can you hear me well? Is the music okay? It's not overpowering my voice. Please let me know your thoughts. Sack trades. Oh man. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? PC Shed. Ramos, Daniel, Aldea. How you doing, man? Don't know if I said it right. Immortal Orange. Where we at? Who else is in here? War Machine. Nice one, bro. Stephen Farah. How you doing, my man? Thank you very much, bro. Oh, we got a spammer. Good old Harvey Hopkins. I've seen this guy everywhere, man. Okay then, guys. Okay, so we've got the New York session starting to roll out very shortly in exactly 1 minute. If you are brand new to the channel, my name is Tino. Welcome to the Traders Reality Show, or whatever you want to call it. You're here to learn, to understand the market makers' behavior. You want to understand how price really moves. Let's have a conversation. Let's go. So, here we go. Asia. We always have to start with the Asian session. What has Asia done? All right, because that usually mimics exactly what's going to happen in the UK and New York. All right, let's have a look at what happened yesterday in Asia. Look at this. Price has then made the move to the upside. Asia initiates a stop hunt rise. They mark price higher so they can get their shorts filled at the highest possible point. If you look on the smaller time frame, you will see it yourself on the 15-minute from yesterday's Asian session. You can see they marked up price higher. Stopping volume candle comes into play, and in the UK Brink session they did exactly the same thing again. Initiate a stop hunt rise, and then they just drop price down. Okay, New York, said it in yesterday's stream, we could get a straight through follow through, and that's exactly what New York did. Right, they didn't even mess about with any stop hunt rises. They just wanted to make a run for money, because if you look left, you will see the pools of liquidity that they were tapping into at the side of the chart right here. So you mark that off. Now, this is a good practice for any of you guys who are new to the stream. If you want to try and understand how this system works, it is advised that you go through the playlist in the channel that says Understanding the Hybrid. And I talk about the key things that we always talk about in this stream. Okay, so if you are new to the channel right now, just be mindful. I am going to start talking a few things that you may not be familiar with, but join us in the Discord community. There is a plethora of information in there for you. We've got a wiki as well, which is open to the public. You can just have a look at the information in there, and then the streams itself are designed at applying that information in real time. All right, there's no point in me talking to you in hindsight, because we're not going to really learn much on hindsight. But with hindsight, It gives us the ability to understand something in foresight. Not to say that this system predicts the future, but it improves the chances of helping you understand the likelihood of price going in one direction to the next, because this game is all about probabilities, and if you're not familiar with that, then boy, you're going to end up paying the price to understand it, and I'd rather keep it as cheap as possible for all of you. So back in line with what we were talking about, Asia initiates a stop hunt low, then a stop hunt rise, they drop price. Asia does exactly the same thing last night. Okay, this is what we understand to be as a cyclical movement to the downside. We've got the M formation up here. Price comes down, forms a level 1 retrace, continuation to the downside. And now they formed a level 2 retrace. And it may be at this point that we may see Bitcoin try and step back up. But looking at all the moving averages and where we have come from, okay, it's likely that Bitcoin is going to travel down further. All right, they've already recovered this pool of liquidity round in this zone right here. Naturally, when we hit a pool of liquidity, we expect price to come back up, retrace, and continuation to the downside. This is what we expect, okay? Now, look at what's going on right now. The moving averages are starting to come closer towards each other, all right? Drop onto the 1 hour time frame and pay close attention to the 5 and the 13 EMA. All right, because all what's happening right now, guys, is this red vector candle, all right, is getting recovered. All right, this is what we need to pay attention to. It's getting recovered. The New York futures market opens in 30 minutes, just about. All right. Right now, New York is fully open. When I say it's fully open, we've got banks trading. Everyone's going to the bank, institutional fund managers, hedge traders, you name it, prop firms. All the guys have come to their desks and they're now talking and looking at opening trades. So this is what is causing these crazy movements day in and day out. All right. It's 9 a.m. The game has started. Okay. Now, there is a lot of people talking about Bitcoin going to whatever point in the chart that they think it's going to get to. What we need to wait for is we need to wait for smart money to step in. All right. Smart money is when the market maker decides to make a run for profit, because we understand that they buy when price is dropping. Market makers don't buy as price is rising. That's a mugs game, as they like to call it. Okay. They buy when price is dropping, because in order for someone to buy, someone has to be on the opposite end to sell. So right now, there are guys who have been going short since this high. In order for them to go short, the market maker had to facilitate that obligation. So he buys off them their shorts, okay? And he sets up a buy order, okay? In order for you to buy, someone has to sell. In order for someone to sell, someone has to buy, all right? That's the true theory behind how price moves in this marketplace, because all we're dealing with is liquidity getting fulfilled at each and every candlestick. Okay, that's how a candlestick forms. It's the relationship between the buyer and the seller. But what do you understand as the buyer and seller? Because conventional wisdom will say that when price is dropping, it means the sellers are in control. I've got a little bit of a problem with that. You know, if there are too many sellers, then who is enabling the purpose of their contract? How is the seller going to get liquidity to realize a profit on his short? He needs a contract that is designed against him, so that if he does sell his short, he takes the liquidity from the buy order that has been matched up against him. Likewise, when the market returns back up and hits the liquidation points and the stops for the shorts, okay, those longs that the market maker had brought off them, okay, he realizes a profit off their back. Okay, that's how it works. Let me talk to you about it when price is rising. When you want to make a profit on your long, you want to sell. Now, what contract is behind your buy order? A sell. You're taking liquidity that has been matched against you. And that's the name of the game, to try and exploit that. I always say to you guys, pay yourselves, pay yourselves, pay yourselves. Okay? Because you don't know how long you're going to be in profit for. Some guys come to the streams, they're like, yo, Tino, man, I've been in profit and I don't know when to close. You what? Come on, man. The idea is just to get into profit, not struggle to close it. All right? Don't think in lack when you come to the charts, guys. All right, don't think that because if you've missed out on an opportunity or you've caught yourself a really good short or a really good long that you're never going to catch another one again, and you're scared to close your trade because you don't want to miss out on the full move. By you not closing your profit means that you know where price is going to go next, and you're scared to close your trade because you don't want to miss out on that extra profit. And then before you know it, price goes against you and you end up losing all the money that you originally made on the move. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but it is something that I've had done in the past. I've done it to myself. I've caught monster moves and I end up giving it all back. It's about how soon you want to commit to paying yourself, guys. That's the name of the game. The idea is to stay in the game, all right? And you only stay in the game if you keep feeding yourself the seeds so you can harvest those seeds and grow, all right? All right, then. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin has bounced off a trend diagonal connecting all the bottoms since 29K. How do you explain that? When you say it's bounced off it, how far has it bounced from it? That's the key thing. If it's going to bounce and continue back up, happy days. I want to see price close above the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame to solidify that. Okay, but what trend line are you talking about? On what point has it been drawn from? On the daily, the 4 hourly, the hourly, 15? It's wild. It's just such a vague thing to say. It's been drawn from what point, so that we can understand the context behind the actual trend line itself. And to be honest with you, okay, what I'm looking at doing is this. All right. This strategy is short-term day trading. I'm not interested in 100K Bitcoin or 29K, 30K. I'm interested in what it's doing now, okay? And I'm interested in how soon or likely is it that it's going to come down to these points in the chart. We're working in a 5K range again, guys, all right? We hit the 50, we've come straight back down, and the last low that we sat at was 44,000, okay? We're still in this boring range. Price ain't going anywhere until it breaks above 50 or breaks below 44. Okay, so what I'm looking at doing is seeing if I can capitalize on the in-between movements of this type range. Okay, trying to understand the cycles and the levels that may be developing for the higher time frame. Okay, he's talking about crypto's faces spider line. Right, I don't know that, man. I don't know that. I don't know what those spider lines are. I know my charts look like the spider lines, but all it is just me drawing the pattern, the tattoo on a bigger time frame. Yeah, the W formation that was from down here on the 4 hourly. Oh, I took it off, but there was the W formation. This is where I'm anticipating us to end up. Okay, so this is level 2 end. So level 2, so rise level 1, drop, rise level 2, drop, rise level 3. Where is level 3 going to end up? If this is the point that they decide that this is going to be the retrace back up, okay? This is on the 4 hour time frame though, guys. This is the 4 hour. So I'm appealing to to other guys as well, okay? This is the 4 hour time frame. If they hold this zone, and the 13 EMA and the 5 stabilize at this point and continue up, we should project that Bitcoin would likely make another move, cyclical move to the upside. Okay, how far that cyclical move will be, we don't know, but we do understand something. If you look left, you can see that the next pools of liquidity are right here. And that sits at the 52, 54, and all the way up to 56, 58 zone. Could that be the next point in the chart where they form the next peak formation, come back down, reset, and then make the continuation back up again? Okay? A moment ago, I said this is for short-term day traders. Yes, that is true, but I've also got to appeal to all the holders and the guys who trade longer time frames as well. All right? Just to add a little bit of spice to this, to the stream. Okay? So, back to tea after a long period. No worries. Diego, how you doing, man? I remember you, my friend. Anthony Wang, would you consider the move to 50K level 3 already? Well, what level 3? Okay. What level 3? Level on the hourly, on the 4, on the 15 minute, on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute. There are levels and cycles within time frames, patterns within time frames. The idea is to just, you know, try and capitalize on understanding at what point is price going to move from each point in the chart that we are seeing right now. For example, is it going to move from the 50 EMA and continue higher? Or is it going to completely reject this point and drop lower? What point could we expect it to drop to? Could it come down to this previous pool of liquidity right here? Tap this point from the last point of consolidation, all right? Because it seems like they keep on building a lot of positions in this zone. They spike up above and then they bring it back down again, okay? Gentleman keeps asking the question. Cookie, smart money. This is a good question. Since Bitcoin drops to a price not seen since 5 days ago. What do you mean? Bitcoin drops to a price not seen 5 days ago. Bitcoin has dropped to a point. That he's throwing me off there. I don't know how I meant to see that. Anyways. Let's have a look at your questions here. Yes, I will. Nah, you don't need to apologize if you're late, man. Okay, Jerry. Tino. Tony? Tino. Okay, why aren't you expecting level 3 drops after the big M pattern? Like after level 3 rise, you only have an M, then continue back up. Okay, look. What M formation are we trading on? Okay, because look. On the bigger time frame, the bigger scale of things, all right? To help you understand, in this move to the upside, all right, there is a cyclical move. Look, rise level 1, rise level 2, rise level 3, peak formation, drop, reset, W formation, rise level 1, rise level 2, rise level 3, peak formation, drop, reset, rise level 1. Get it? The bigger picture says that we are in a rise level 1, rise level 2, rise level 3. That's what we are expecting if they are in line with this cyclical move to the upside. There are cycles within cycles and patterns within patterns which all make up for the bigger picture because they can only build a move. They can't just simply send price straight up, can they? They have to develop the move. How do they induce people to step into the chart? Okay? If price was just all about, okay, here's Bitcoin price, like an electrocardiogram, for example, where it's like up and down, bang, there's your point, next level, bang, next level, bang up, and again, just really basic movements, okay? They have to induce traders because they know traders watch every single different time frame, which is why you see these different moves and why there is a pattern within a pattern, within a cycle, within a cycle. So here's an example right now, all right? You can see, let's take this pattern here, all right? On the 4 hour, that doesn't look like a W formation. It doesn't. If anything, it doesn't even classify as a W formation. All right? Drop down a time frame. That looks like a W formation right there. Drop down a time frame. Where are we at? Now that looks like a much better W formation. Okay? Now, you can trade these patterns in relation to the time frame itself. It's up to you how you decide to trade it. Okay? But there's patterns within patterns. At face value, to look at that, all right, you wouldn't have expected that to be a W formation. You would have dismissed it. Okay? You would have simply just paid attention to the fact that that is a green vector candle. But in 4 hours of price rising, okay, they were doing rise, retrace, coming out of moving averages, crossing over moving averages as well. It was all happening in this one vector candle right here. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to establish right here is if this point in the chart, all right, is this the point where they decide to actually break down lower because they have broken the 50 EMA on the 4 hourly, all right? The daily time frame, okay, has shown a spike to the upside, but completely taking the guys' orders because they thought that traders thought that this was Bitcoin's recovery back up. So the market maker allowed price to get blown to the upside. They built their shorts at the highest possible point, and then they reversed price back down again and hit all the liquidations and the stops. Okay? In essence, in 10 minutes time, we're going to know if New York wants to keep price in this zone and move higher. Because there's been information that's been released. People are going to respond to certain bits of information over the news. New York is having its day today. All right? No different to what happened yesterday. All right? What happened yesterday? Look. Asian session, UK, New York, complete drop. Asian session, UK, drop. New York, continuation to the downside. What are we expecting from that? Sorry, what was this? If Monday is the false move, would... Okay, so Super Google Lee, here we go. If Monday is the false move, would the false move usually extend until the midweek reversal or reverse on Tuesday, then reverse again midweek? All right, let me explain something. Okay. Here we go. We know that this is the weekly pattern. All right. Now remember, guys, this is, okay, the pattern that we've taken from Forex. Okay. The pattern that we've taken from Forex, and we're trying to see if we can apply it in crypto. Now, Forex trades Monday, well, actually Sunday night at 10 p.m. and goes all the way through to Friday night, 10 p.m. All right. So for the sake of argument, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Okay. All right. In crypto, it's Monday through to Monday. So what would be the midpoint of the week? Because a midweek reversal is on the principle that Forex trades 5 days of the week. So the midpoint would be Wednesday. All right. But in crypto, it may be Thursday. But they can throw things around. They can change it about. Just look. The M formation right there. All right. That is by image what we're trying to replicate in the chart. Okay. Look how the W formation down there. Rise up. Peak formation. Drop. Level. Drop. Okay. This is what we're trying to establish. A week in crypto is different to a week in trade in Forex itself. All right. And we've got to keep that in mind. This is a structure to help us identify key points in the chart. Look at Bitcoin has been moving up quite a bit. So has Ethereum. All right. Ethereum's been moving up. Okay. She's expecting to drop down. But they've only come down to the previous points. Look, Ethereum landed at this point right here. Okay. Let me just get rid of that. She came down to this point right here, and it's 50% recovery of the vector candle. Happy days. Now, if they do decide to continue back up, we need to wait and see if the 5 and the 13 EMA cross over the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. That will show development on the 50 EMA crossing over the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. That's what we're waiting for. Because there's no point in getting in now just because you see price has made a low at the bottom right here. I mean, you can get in areas like here and trade up to the retrace of the 50 EMA, take your money and run. Okay? If you're trying to work out where the price is going to continue higher or not, you want to wait for the 13 EMA on the 1 hour time frame to cross over the 50 EMA. And on the 15-minute time frame, that will be represented as the 50 EMA crossing over the 200 EMA. All right. And then you will want the moving averages to expand. You want expansion. All right. Don't blindly just go on a golden cross. This is what you want. Look, here's the cross right here. Moving averages expanding out. Happy days. All right. But be careful. Look, moving averages crossing over here, expanding out. Great movement to the downside. W formation, shift up. All right. This sort of close behavior right here doesn't serve us any justice. All right. So we're looking for expansions. All right. Or them starting to develop. Look at that perfect W formation right here on Ethereum. Rise up, retrace. You would have got in long up here. Rise up you go. Happy days. Wait until the point of exhaustion. They use the actual 13 EMA as momentum and as a resistance, a support point, which the 13 EMA on the 15-minute time frame should be the 50 EMA on the 5-minute, wherever that move was. It's all the way over here. Where is it? Come on. There you go. 50 EMA, holding, and up it goes. All right. Okay, let's have a look at what else you got. Let's have a look. Cool. Seems like Bitcoin has hit midweek on Wednesdays or Thursdays is the reversal every week. Every week there is a reversal. Every week there is a reversal. There's always a reversal. Look, this happened yesterday or a couple of days ago. They started the reversal from there. All right. So now we're just trying to establish if, like in light of Ethereum, looking at the moving averages, the 15-minute time frame is showing resistance at the 50 EMA. All right, we've got a stopping volume candle right here, which the wick may be recovered. We've got on the 1 hour time frame, the five EMAs actually now below price. So that's a good sign. Okay. But we have a criteria that needs to be seen. If this is going to play out, okay, price will need to just continue in this zone and drop lower. If it's not going to play out, we want to see the 5 and the 13 EMA cross over and then develop from this point here, move up and down, develop into a move higher. At the same point, the 50 EMA will be edging down this way and the 13 EMA will be turning upwards at the same time, and then you will see the cross. Once the cross happens, you wait for the moving averages to expand out. All right? Because so many people get caught out on a cross or a death cross or a golden cross, and they always get stopped out, and then the real move happens straight after. All right? So you just got to be careful with that. Let me have a look at what else you said. Okay then. Jarvi, here we go. Even if Bitcoin drops, will there be alts who continue to rally based on the charts, or Bitcoin will bring everything down with it? Well, here's an example of that. Okay, look. So, winner, who is it? Where is our favorite coin right here? Where is it? Let me get Bitcoin up a second. See, now Bitcoin's starting to pull back. Here we go. Where are you? AVEX. There we go. Oh, now you're pulling back all the way, yeah? So far, AVEX has been the star of the show. Yesterday's drop, AVEX was all the way up here. Okay? Now, it's pulling back. Okay? It needs to pull back. It needs to have some regulation. It needs to bring things back into the fray to get guys to step in again. Okay? In relation to your question, when Bitcoin drops, all the alts that have been rising, will they follow suit? Pay attention to the alts that are holding whilst Bitcoin's dropping. Okay? Pay attention to those ones. Because when Bitcoin decides to turn back up, those coins that have been holding really well or making new highs are probably going to explode. Okay? Just look at what was happening with AVEX, whatever you want to say, when Bitcoin was dropping. So this was the New York session yesterday, okay, in AVAX. And then if you look at Bitcoin, New York session yesterday, it was tanking, okay? That's what's really going to help you if you want to understand where you are with coins and such. So let's have a look. Who's the top performer? XTZ. Who's this, bro? Tezos, okay. Okay, good movement. Nice W formation on here. I like that. At the 50 EMA, although I want to see it below the moving average, is this actually making highs? New highs as such. Here we go. No chance. But it is taking back previous pools of liquidity. That is very strong. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That is crazy. Coming up now to potentially recover this next pool of liquidity up here. Because this is where money is sat. All right, there's money here for them. Because there are guys that will hold on to shorts. They've just made a ton of money down here. Now they're giving it all back because of their greed or their fear of missing out of another move to the downside. Well, market maker is just taking all those stops and liquidation points. Okay. Let's have a look at our SXP. There you go. Complete recovery of the vector candle. Look at that. Complete recovery right there. Cake. Slowly trickling upwards. Slowly moving up. Stopping volume candle right there. She's just recovered all of that. Alpha's making a nice move up as well. Everything seems to be holding on the moving averages. Red candle, green candle formation, shift out. Recovery of the blue vector, back up again. BNB, where's she going? Nearly going back up to $500. Happy days. Come down into that pool of liquidity. See, here's one thing, guys, as well. Whenever a vector candle gets recovered pretty quickly, okay, and it doesn't continue in the direction of the vector candle, so price didn't continue lower, all right, they quickly saw a bit of profit, and their intention is to move higher because they don't want to release the liquidity to the downside. Okay. Here we go. People talking about Alice, yeah? I hope Alice is doing big numbers. Here we go. Wow. Alice is moving nice. Very good movement by Alice. Okay, half an hour. 2 more minutes until the New York futures rolls out. That's going to be interesting, guys. We're going to know where we stand right now with the New York futures. Okay, let's have a look at ADA. Can't dismiss ADA. All right, then. She's pulling back ever so slightly. Okay, so this will be interesting. So ADA's being held. Bitcoin at the same time is trying to come back up now. Okay, on the 4 hourly, on the hourly where it's at. This is a small drift move up, man. I don't trust it. I really don't trust it. Because it should have come out by now. And with all this liquidity coming into the market, shifting into the altcoins itself, Bitcoin should be moving higher, but it's not. The weakness is there. XRP, what's she doing? She looks like, yeah, she's recovered the red vector candle. They could be forming a W in this zone right now, but I want to see the 5 and the 13. See, look, the 5 and the 13 EMA price is above that point now. Okay, it's above it, but we need to see it holding. All right, it has to hold because it can turn to the downside. All right, 5 needs to cross over the 13, and then an aggressive move up will need to happen because look, there is a death cross, as they like to call it, on the 1 hour time frame. 50 EMAs crossed over the 200 EMA. Okay, guys who have gone on that basis of price dropping, okay, because of a cross, are getting stopped out. This is what this move is. Yeah, DeFi and the NFTs are the trend, and that's it. And that is exactly what's causing this move. No different to what happened last time. All right, it dropped from 420 to 25. Will all those vector candles in the downwards movement will be recovered? This is what we're expecting. This is the concept. Here we go, VET. See, look, every candle, every chart has got this red vector candle on it, and they're just slowly trying to recover it. New York futures is now fully open. Okay, looking on the chart, you can see Bitcoin right now with the New York futures is actually opened lower. I'm going to just bring that there. Here we go. Stopping volume. So they've stopped. Stop hunt rise, come down. Green vector candle failing to go higher. It needs to hold this zone for me to consider that they are going to go back up again. So we've got to sit tight and wait and see what they have in store for us. VET. Derpa, here we go. Here we go. Yannick, you always say, we go short when we go up, we go long when we go down. But the criteria to go into a trade is when the EMAs cross, but that only happens if price has already gone in a direction. Okay, Yannick, there are 2 ways to trade. You can either trade in the direction of the market maker making a run for a markup or a markdown phase. Okay? Or, alternatively, you can build your position, all right, and anticipate that at some point your position is going to play out if you've read the market maker's intentions correctly. So here's an example of that. Right? Say you're going short every green vector candle that you see, okay, you would in essence be looking to build a position to go short. You would then have to sit through, okay, potential drawdowns from the day get-go, okay, because this movement in price could have continued higher. But if you're building with the market maker, all right, with the anticipation for price to go short, okay, it doesn't matter about the moving average until the turning point, okay. So you're going short from here, going short, it's going down. Some profits are being realized. It then makes another move back up. You go short again, and then price starts to break down. You start paying attention to price and say, okay, my positions have been built long in this area right here. I'm anticipating them to bring price back down into this previous pool of liquidity if the market maker is going to realize a return on this zone right here. He does just that. He brings price down, bang, you add a couple of more shorts down here, which is in line with the direction of the markdown phase, okay? So you can trade with the market maker, or you can trade against them as such, okay, when they're marking up profit or marking it down. So this move to the downside is a markdown phase. A move to the upside is a markup phase for the previous profits that they took, the previous positions that they made previously. So look at it like this. This is a markup phase for previous positions they built over here. So markup is when they're actually taking a profit. All right. At the same time they're marking up a profit, they're getting ready for another move to the downside. All right. Look at the move to the downside. The markdown phase. Now you can enter on the markdown phases. In essence, when I'm talking about moving averages, I'm talking about making sure that the momentum is there for you to ride the coattail. All right. You're riding the market maker's moves. You can either build with the market maker and hope when he's making a profit, you're stepping into that profit too. Or you can make trades based off when he's making profit already and using momentum to catch a profit as well. All right. That's the best way I can help you understand that, my friend. Okay. That's so true, Derpa. I hope that answers that question. Can we find out who this market maker is? Of course you can. Just look for liquidity providers. There's no secret to these guys. The secret is people think they don't exist. Oh man, what a funny story. What a funny story. Yeah, New York is going to be... This is moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. New York is rolling out right now, okay? As I said to you, all right? Be mindful about what is going to happen in New York. Are we going to get a continuation with Bitcoin to the downside? Just be, approach with caution, okay? If you're favoring longs, wait until moving averages are pointing upwards. If you're favoring shorts, wait for continuations and rejection points away from moving averages, such as the 5 and the 13 EMA. Look left, see what parts of the chart you think that they may send price back down to, okay? Because at a moment's notice, it can change. And if you're okay with that, trading might be a little bit easier for you, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here. All right? I'm going to go and get my daughter right now. Because last time I was late. That was yesterday. But tonight's stream is going to talk about what has happened today. Okay? So, I want to thank everyone who is new in this channel right now. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the streams later on, because these streams that I do, we put out our projections, we have a conversation about New York and what could happen, and then in the evening we summarize the day's events and look to see what they could do in the next Asian session. All right, welcome to the Traders Reality, guys. This is what it's all about. Go have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will catch up with you guys later on. All right, take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.